Hey guys, it's Troncoso back at it again with another video. Most people stumble when they hear the words, tell me about yourself. They ramble, they yap, they undersell, they undercut, they freeze. But the truth? Your story can either close doors or open them wide. And today, I'm going to show you how to turn your story into your superpower in just 60 seconds. By the end of this video, you'll know how to craft a self-intro you can use anywhere. Whether in class, whether in conversation, whether in networking, whether in interviews, we'll break it down into 3 steps: structure, emotion, and practice. I'll explain each one and I'll show you an example. Because, hey, we got to practice. So here's step 1. Structure is freedom. Most people think structure will make their stories boring, but the truth is the opposite. Structure sets you up for freedom. Without it, you end up rambling. You end up losing focus. You end up losing your audience. Structure gives you a backbone with your story. It helps people follow you step by step instead of getting lost. And when they can follow you, they can feel you. So start with a simple formula. This is setup, struggle, shift. The setup: who you are and your context. The struggle: a challenge you faced. And the shift: what you learned or how it shifted you, how it shaped you, how it made you pivot. So take this. Hi, my name is Norberto Troncoso. I grew up in the Bronx and now I work as a public speaking coach. But growing up, I wasn't always confident. I remember freezing during class presentations and thinking, oh, please don't pick me. Please don't pick me, please. That moment pushed me to study communication. I learned that fear doesn't stop you, it fuels you. And now I help other people speak with power and do it scared. So we break that down. The setup: hi, my name is Norberto Troncoso. Words. Struggle: by growing up, I wasn't always confident. And the shift: that moment pushed me to study communication. So that means the setup: we know who you are. You give us all of that information. The struggle: what made it hard for you? What was the problem? And then the shift: what was the pivot? What was the climax? What did it that made the change, the move? That's the framework that you should use. Secondly, emotion is the connector. Because let's be honest, facts tell, but feelings sell. Like, let's be honest here. You can tell me anything you want, but if you don't make me feel nothing, nothing's going to happen. So I want you to pick one moment that carries emotion. Now, I don't want you to trauma dump. Speaking from a scar, not a wound, is what you should aim for. Paint one vivid picture so your audience feels it with you. So same demo, setup, struggle, shift. Hey, I'm Norberto, born and raised in the Bronx, and today I coach people on public speaking. But I used to be the kid who used the bathroom just to skip class presentations. Like, if there was a way out of speaking, I found it. Eventually, I realized I couldn't be dodging this stuff forever. So I practiced and bombed and practiced and bombed and practiced and bombed, laughing it off and learning that nerves are normal. And now I help others face the mic instead of hiding from it. I give off that energy, that emotion that makes me relatable and has you going, real. Because let's be honest, do you really want to talk? If speaking is the number one fear in America, do you really want to speak? No. So I highlight your pain point. I highlight the thing that you're like, yeah, real, same, I get it, I feel you. And from there, we can talk about, how do I land the plane? How did I solve it? How did I resolve it? What was the shift, and now what happens? Step 3, you got to practice authentically. Like, stop aiming for perfection. Aim for you. Try your story in different tones: serious, funny, reflexive, reflective. You'd be surprised what can happen when you can tell your story multiple ways. And a strategy that I usually use with my students is I want you to tell the same story with different emotions. I want to tell your story, but I want you to use what if scenarios. What if this detail was different? And see how your story changes. You start getting better and more agile about the way that you tell your stories. And I want you to pause on key lines. I want you to take your beats because silence is powerful. Record yourself, play it back. You might cringe and be like, I look like I sound like but that's where you refine it until it feels natural. So that speaking just ends up being the thing that you do. And then it'll be crisp, it'll be clear, it'll be clean. For example, my name is Norberto Troncoso, and I help students and organizations strengthen communication through performance and through performance coaching. My passion comes from experience because in early school, I struggled to speak up. Like I had ideas, but not the voice to share them. I couldn't really communicate those things. But through coaching and practice, I turned that fear into purpose. And now I help learners and leaders ensure their voices aren't just heard, but felt. And when you do this, you'll be ready for any moment. Because I can talk to you about all the things that can happen. I coach closeted introverts become champions through speaking. They can be fearless communicators, not because they've conquered the fear, but because they've faced it head on. That's what you want to make sure that you're doing that. I'm not asking you to get rid of it. I'm asking you to overcome it. So when you do this, you'll be ready for any moment. Classroom introductions, casual connections, networking conversations, job interviews. And instead of rambling, you'll share a short, powerful story that people remember. Because storytelling is very powerful. So this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. Your story is your bridge. It connects, it heals, it inspires. So structure it. Add emotion. Practice until it feels like yours. Like it can't just be you just like shoveling things out of like AI and thinking that that's going to be authentic. It's not. So again, be focused. Practice. Because practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. Again, this is Troncoso reminding you to do it scared so you can speak with power and be the effective champion that you know that you can be. Take care.